There's a powerful manifestation window coming up, very strong energies. December 24th, Christmas Eve. So I was watching one of Rhonda Byrne's lives these days, and she was mentioning how the ancient Egyptian mystery schools have this tradition of celebrating this great window for manifestation on December 24th. I think she was referring to the Rosicrucian order, which I resonate with very deeply. And so on December 24th from 9:30 p.m. to midnight, is your chance to visualize, to journal, to set intentions for your manifestation. You can manifest anything you want. You are the ultimate creator. You are love. You are light. You are God incarnated, a refraction of God, a spark of light, one with the one light source energy. And so I thought I might share this with you. I find it very interesting. And as I was listening to her speak about that, something came to my mind, and that was chapter 11 in Neville Goddard's Your Faith is Your Fortune. And the title of that chapter is actually Christmas. And Neville Goddard was a great mystic. You probably know him. And his interpretations of the Bible are my favorite because it's about mysticism. And so that chapter called Christmas begins like this. One of the most controversial statements in the New Testament concerns the virgin conception and subsequent birth of Jesus, a conception in which man had no part. It is recorded that a virgin conceived a son without the aid of man, then secretly and without effort gave birth to her conception. This is the foundation upon which all Christendom rests. So very interesting, right? The Virgin Mary giving birth to a holy child, Jesus, without the aid of man. How did she do that? And so Christmas is a manifestation formula, basically. And I love Neville's interpretation of the Bible because it's all about manifesting and all about remembering who we are. Neville repeatedly stated that the Bible is a psychological drama that's supposed to be interpreted symbolically and not literally. And so I find that fascinating. The second paragraph here says, the Christian world is asked to believe this story, for a man must believe the unbelievable to fully express the greatness that he is. And so this is about believing in what you want to be true in your life, claiming what it is that you want expressed in your physical third-dimensional reality, right? In manifestation, we all know that we get to believe anything we're manifesting because belief is what causes manifestation. Scientifically, man might be inclined to discard the whole Bible as untrue because his reason will not permit him to believe that the virgin birth is physiologically possible. But the Bible is a message of the soul and must be interpreted psychologically if man is to discover its true symbology. Man must see this story as a psychological drama rather than a statement of physical fact. In doing so, he will discover the Bible to be based on a law which, if self-applied, will result in a manifested expression transcending his wildest dreams of accomplishment. How amazing. To apply this law of self-expression, man must be schooled in the belief and disciplined to stand upon the platform that all things are possible to God. The outstanding dramatic dates of the New Testament, namely the birth, death, and resurrection of Jesus, were timed and dated to coincide with certain astronomical phenomena. I love me a mysticism. The mystics who recorded this story noticed that at certain seasons of the year, beneficial changes on Earth coincided with astronomical changes above. In writing this psychological drama, they have personified the story of the soul as the biography of man. How fascinating! The virgin birth is recorded as having taken place on December 25th, or as certain secret societies, which has to do with the order I believe Rhonda was referring to, as certain secret societies celebrated on Christmas Eve at midnight of December 24th. And as also in many countries that celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. The astronomical observations that prompted the authors of this drama to use these dates were all made in the northern hemisphere. Man very early discovered that the sun played a most important part in his life. That without the sun, physical life as he knew it could not be. So these most important dates in the story of the life of Jesus are based upon the position of the sun as seen from the earth in the northern latitudes. After the sun reaches its highest point in the heavens in June, it gradually falls southward, taking with it the life of the plant world, so that by December, almost all of nature has been stilled. However, on December 25th, the sun begins its great move northward, bringing with it the promise of salvation and life anew for the world. And so Christmas is a manifestation formula. Here we have the Virgin Mary, right? Which is basically your pure, untouched consciousness. The virgin womb that is able to give birth to any creation you desire. So the Virgin Mary is your I am. Your I am consciousness. Pure light. Literally who you are. You are totally light. This is one of the core messages in all of my videos. You are love and you are light. So in this allegory that is the Bible and the Christmas story, the Virgin Mary is your I am consciousness, pure light, the womb of creation, right? The foundation of all creation. You are the Virgin Mary. You are able to do anything and manifest anything without the aid of man, as long as you believe it. Jesus is representative of your manifestations. Anything is possible. Our day is measured from midnight to midnight, and since the visible day begins in the east and ends in the west, the ancients said the day was born of that constellation which occupied the eastern horizon at midnight. On Christmas Eve, or midnight of December 24th, the constellation Virgo is rising on the eastern horizon. The Virgin Mary! So it is recorded that the Son and Savior of the world was born of a virgin. And there in a manger where the animals fed, the shepherds found the Holy Child. The animals with whom the Holy Virgin was lodged are the holy animals of the zodiac. There in that constantly moving circle of astronomical animals stands the Holy Mother, Virgo. And in Latin languages, Virgo is literally virgin. The zodiac sign. And there you will see her every midnight of December 24th, standing on the eastern horizon as the Son and Savior of the world starts his journey northward. And so you are literally the Virgin Mary. You are literally the womb of creation. You can create anything you want. The numberless unrealized hopes and ambitions of man are the seeds which are buried within the consciousness or virgin womb of man. There they remain like seeds of earth, held in the frozen waste of winter, waiting for the sun to move northward or for man to return to the knowledge of who he is. Woo. In returning, he moves northward through recognition of his true self by claiming, I am the light of the world. You are the light. Your desires are waiting for your recognition of who you really are. And that you get to expect miracles, and that anything you want is yours. When man discovers his consciousness, or I am, to be God, the Savior of his world, he will be as the sun in the northern passage. All hidden urges and ambitions will then be warmed and stimulated into birth by this knowledge of his true self. He will discover that his I am is the virgin, conceiving without the aid of man. You are all the power, okay? That all conceptions of himself, when felt and fixed in consciousness, will be embodied easily as living realities in his world. So this is key here, guys. Manifestation formula. All conceptions of himself, when felt and fixed in consciousness and felt, mind and heart coherence. That's the manifestation formula, right? The reason we manifest a lot of the things we don't want effortlessly is because of social conditioning. We are socially conditioned to believe we are meaningless, we are powerless, we are a nothing. And so we're thinking thoughts of lack, we're feeling them. Thoughts of lack, thoughts of fear, thoughts of desperation. That's a powerful combo because there is coherence, there is alignment. And so we manifest all of the things we don't want effortlessly, and we don't even know we're doing it, right? But that only goes to show how powerful we really are. And so when we're able to invert it and keep our desires fixed in our consciousness and really feel them to be true, because we are worthy. You are worthy of all of it right now. Then manifestation happens. I've shared this story before. I remember manifesting being bullied in high school. Of course, I didn't know it then that I was manifesting it, but I was. In 8th grade, I was like, you know what? Next year, high school, I don't know. I think I'll be bullied. I don't have a lot of male friends anymore. Like, you know, I feel like I'm a little weird. And so I started creating that. I was thinking these thoughts. I was feeling that. I was getting ready to be bullied. And that's exactly what happened in the first week of high school. That's how powerful we are. We are literally all the power, and we create everything. And so it's a matter of flipping it, right? Because we are powerful, we are worthy, we are literally the Virgin Mary, able to create miracles, right? What an amazing interpretation of Christmas. Man will one day realize that this whole drama takes place in his consciousness. The world is you pushed out. The all is mind, the universe is mental, the mirror principle. There's no out there. All these things are talking about the same metaphysical principle of reality is an illusion. And so what we see in the 3D world that we perceive as external is a reflection of what's within ourselves. It's a matter of claiming and remembering who we are. You are literally love, you are literally light. Man will then understand that his consciousness is the virgin womb or bride of the Lord, receiving impressions as self-impregnations, and then without assistance embodying these impressions as the expressions of his life. So you are all the power. You can manifest anything you want. And so your conscious mind produces the seeds of your creations. Your subconscious mind carries those seeds in its womb, the Virgin Mary. And if nurtured with belief, the offspring comes about. What you desire appears in your third dimensional reality. And so December 24th, Christmas Eve, from 9:30 to 12 midnight is the powerful window, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's the same time for everyone according to the emperor of the order. And remember, this is coming from ancient Egyptian mystery schools. So 9:30 to midnight, take 5 minutes, close your eyes, visualize what you're desiring, what you're wanting to happen in 2025. Maybe you can write intentions, maybe you can journal, meditate for 5 or 10 minutes. Use this window to manifest your desires and also celebrate who you are. You are all the power. Pure, untouched consciousness, the Virgin Mary, who is capable of miracles. This is who you are. And also remember that your desires already exist. Creation is finished. If you want to understand this in a little more depth, I will link a video so you can go ahead and check it out right now.